This is 5 or More Questions with Tommy Black, and we have Tony from XEB. Hi, Tony.
How's it going, Tommy?
Pretty good. Question: what is this tour for?
Well, we would consider it a tour for the fans of the music that we helped create.
Mm-hmm.
So the music of Third Eye Blind music, stuff that we co-wrote, and we're just going out and just giving the fans the other records that we hadn't already went out and done. So we went out and did a tour of the first record, the first Third Eye Blind record, and now we're kind of like mixing up all the songs from the first record, from Blue, Out of the Vein, and Ursa Major.
Awesome. So you're singing, but you play guitar.
Yeah, so I was one of the guitar players, along with Kevin Cadigan Kevin Cadigan was the guitar player on the first record, and Blue, and I was on Out of the Vein and Ursa Major. But I also sing, so what I'm essentially doing is taking the vocal role.
Cool.
In this project.
Cool. Yeah, I saw some stuff of you singing. It sounded really good. Spot on.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why do you think your records still resonate with people?
It kind of captured a moment in time, it created sort of the sound that was the sort of mid to late 90s, and the production on it's pretty stellar. It stands up really well, and
yeah,
I just think that it kind of it was sort of captured sort of this feeling that was going on in San Francisco at that time.
Right. Are you from San Francisco too? Yes.
No, but I spent a lot of time in San Francisco over the years. I made some records with Mike Varney, who was a guy that lives up in San Francisco doing guitar shred records.
Cool.
Yeah.
I used to live up in San Jose and used to go up to San Francisco all the time. It was a cool music scene back then. How do you think San Francisco has changed since then?
It's still got that sort of, everything's artsy, and it's still exactly almost pretty much the same in a weird way. And there's like a little metal scene that's still kind of in place, and then there's sort of the indie rock scene that's still in place. And
right.
It hasn't really shifted to me in the way I see things.
Musically, it hasn't. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, there's always San Francisco loves their metal.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That is for sure. I noticed that some of the songs have kind of like an Oasis vibe, the jangly kind of. Do you hear that at all ever, or no?
Yeah. Well, I think that there was definitely an influence coming from that, from the bassist Orion and Kevin a little bit with that sort of. Every one of us sort of really likes the Beatles anyway, so yeah. there was some of that. Well, then there's also some of the Velvet Underground kind of mixed, I think, in there too.
Mm-hmm. It's like the songs. Some of the songs, they become larger than the band. You know what I mean?
I think that I agree. I think the music in general is bigger than all the band members, including the current ones. The songs should be that way, and if they were done correctly and they hit people in a certain way, then they're always relevant.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do people go crazy and sing it to you, sing it back to you guys?
I mean, the fans that will come to our shows are pretty much the top of the sort of the cream of the hardcore fans of the music, and they know every B-side, they know every unreleased song that was put out there. They have the instrumentals. They're serious. They're not
the super fans, super fans. Yeah, that's rad. And you're having a meet and greet before the show also, which I'm sure going to be excited about. Yeah.
No doubt.
When's the last time you played a room the size of the Viper Room or the Viper Room?
We've done some clubs. I mean, all of the shows that we're doing are fairly small, but to keep them intimate, and because the sound, you can control the sound really well in a small room. So
right.
We like it that way, and because we're not really financed right now by anybody, we're just doing this all self-done. That we try to keep it sort of intimate to control the cost of touring. Right.
Grassroots. That's cool. What do you think of when you hear the name Viper Room?
The Viper Room? Oh man, I think of I almost back I was in the Third Eye Blind in the original days, like before they were signed.
Right.
Before there was a Third Eye Blind, right?
Wow.
But then in the break between when I was no longer in Third Eye Blind and then they got signed and became huge, I had done a showcase at the Viper Room and almost got signed out of it. So I have a lot of history with the Viper Room, and
I mean, people love the place.
It is. It's amazing. I love that place.
Yeah. What was the band called that you did the showcase with?
It was called Magic Alex, and it created a ton of buzz for me. I mean, it's like multiple labels were all interested. I thought I was going to get signed. I was like, wow, man, this is great. And my lawyer decided to try to play a bidding war, and that didn't work. And at the same time, that was Stephen Jenkins said, hey, come out on tour with us, as come back and be our backing guy, second guitar player. And then it just kind of, I didn't really get to feel the full sting of of losing the record deal from my attorney, but I kind of went forward from there. That was in '99. Many years back now.
Yeah, but you got a taste of.
Yeah, the band was at its high point when I returned.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we did a lot of big stuff. For me, this is all about the fans and their connection to the music.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are you doing what you want to be doing right now?
For us, this is kind of a thing where we just really want to just give back to the fans. We're not trying to, we're not trying to record. We're not trying to do a bunch of other things. We're just trying to focus in on sounding good at these songs, because I think we all owe sort of a respect to the songs to make them sound good. And I think in a way it's important to do that. That's what we're trying to do anyway.
Again, the songs are bigger than the band, and the fans deserve that. Yeah.
Yeah, they do deserve them to sound well. And sometimes I think there might be a little bit of, there's some corners that get cut sometimes. So I think it's important to be able to, you want to perform the stuff well. You want it to sound good. You don't want it to be, we're just kind of, maybe I didn't sing that so great, but, whatever, here, take this and eat it. I've never been much into that. So we're going to definitely come out and stuff's going to sound good.
Are you traveling in a van or a Sprinter? How are you doing this tour?
Well, right now these are just 2 shows, so we're really flying. We're getting warmed up, but when we tour, we do a Sprinter and just keep it, low budget. Just trying to break even, get going. Basically, it's about getting the songs back out, giving back to the fans in a way where the music sounds good. That's our whole goal.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, looking forward to the show, and I'll see you there. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thanks, Tommy.
Bye.